So many people have been telling me about how difficult it has been these days in getting biometric appointment dates. And I can relate with that, especially if you're applying to popular destinations. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you my experience in getting a biometric appointment date and what you should do if you can't get a biometric appointment date. Hello, Havy stars. How does that sound? Well, I think I like it. Let's get to the business of the day. So from my own experience, my first Schengen visa was to France. I wanted to travel to France in July 2022 and I started application in May. By that May, I couldn't get any appointment date. There was no appointment date that would fit into my travel time for July, but I was able to get appointment for August. But you know that if you get appointment today, it does not mean your passport will come to you tomorrow. You still have to give them like 15 working days, and sometimes it can exceed that, so plus or minus 15 working days. So if you're going to travel in July, your passport must be with you latest by the beginning of July. So you can't do your biometrics in July, you have to do it in June, take for instance. So when we couldn't get a date in July, we have to move it down to October. One thing about traveling time is that there are peak times and there are seasons that are not the peak season. So if you look at from July, August, September, even from June, they are peak traveling season. Travels are more expensive, there are more crowds around wherever you want to go to. Cost of flight is expensive, cost of hotel is expensive, and you spend a lot. But if you want to travel on a budget, you go at off-peak season. So from October, November, and beginning of December, because towards Christmas time is also a peak season, so people want to go and experience Europe Christmas. So those times are less traveled and you enjoy your traveling. So we had to move our travel from July down to October, and with that we're able to get a date in August for our biometric. So that was how I applied to France the first time, and I was given a 6-month visa. But for that 6 months, I was only able to travel to another country in December of that same year, and my passport was to expire in March, but I didn't travel again. I know it's not everybody that likes adventure, but if you are the type that likes adventure, you should be able to plan towards your length of stay and utilize it, because that amount that you pay for that visa, don't let it waste like that. Try to travel to as many countries as you can, so that you will take it off your box and you start looking for the next bucket list destination. The other side, when I got that, we traveled in December. I went on a group trip October and December. So 2023, I plan to travel to Switzerland and enjoy the Alps when it is not too cold, because I wanted to avoid that cold season. Because if you're traveling during cold season, you are going to pack loads of clothes, coats, and you might not even enjoy some things like traveling in summer. That's why I always advise that you plan ahead. It doesn't matter which country you are getting, get one country, go there to activate your passport, then you have enough time to travel in summer. So afterwards we went forward and I couldn't travel again till my passport expired in March. And after my passport expired in March, I was looking forward to traveling again, like my annual leave in 2023. Where am I going to go to? I don't want to stay in England. I've been to BRP countries that don't need visa, they just need your UK BRP. And I still wanted to explore Europe. I want to go to my bucket list countries. So I applied again to France, and guess what? I didn't get any dates. I checked so many times. I was almost at the verge of paying an agent to get a date for me, but I was like, okay, let me try another country. So I went on Google and I typed less visited Schengen country or unpopular Schengen country, and the first country that popped up was Lithuania. And I was like, okay, let me see how to apply to Lithuania. I put on Google. So this is another tip. If you want to apply to any country, just go on Google, any Schengen, look at the list of Schengen countries. We are finding it difficult to get an appointment date in one country. Look at the list of all Schengen countries and just put so Schengen visa. The first thing I do whenever I get to countries that don't use TLS is to check if they have a date for before filling the form. I know that form can be a headache, so before you fill that form, check if you can find a date for your appointment. Once you can find a date, then book that date and you can now go ahead to complete your application form. So I looked at Lithuania, I saw Lithuania, there was dates in Lithuania, so I booked that date and I was asked to pay like £20, which I did. And I started investigating about the country, because that's another thing, you have to investigate about the country that you'll be visiting. Check TikTok is a very important place where you can get valid information. Just put that things to do in so. Check if you see things that you like them. Check Instagram, put the name of the country on Instagram, and so many things will pop up. Then ask colleagues. We have colleagues that are from different parts of the world. Some of them have traveled to that country before. They can tell you what is obtainable in that country. So I did that, and I was just like, let me just apply to this Lithuania. Maybe I'll still see a date in France. I was still chasing France and I couldn't get a date. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go for this biometric appointment. And I went there and it was quicker compared to when I did in France. And yes, if you eventually got France, please go with your cooler of food and water, because you will wait tire. But I don't know if things has changed now, but at 2022 when I did it, it was not a funny experience. I stayed for like maybe 6 hours at the center. But thank God, the most important thing was that I got the visa. When I got my Lithuanian visa, it came out, and guess what? I was given 2 months. Although I would have gotten more, but my passport was expiring in about 5 months that time. And the rule of the visa or passport is that if your passport is expiring within 3 months, you are not meant to travel anywhere. So take note of this. If your passport is expiring in 5 months, please, that's why I always advise that you should not apply for this Schengen visa, because it will reduce your chances of getting a longer length of stay. And that was what happened to me. I did got Lithuania, and I went to Lithuania the first time, and against popular opinion, I really loved Lithuania. The people were lovely, friendly, welcoming. I had fun. I went with my tripod, I was taking pictures. I had people who offered to take my pictures, and yeah, it was fine. And when I got back, I was like, okay, is this what solo travel is all about? All this danger is not even there. Then I booked a multi-trip flight and I went to 4 different countries. So I went to Netherlands, I went to Brussels, I went to Germany, I went to Luxembourg. And with 2 months, I was able to travel to 5 countries compared to when I had 6 months and I was just able to travel to 2 countries. So planning is very important whenever you are applying. I hope this has been helpful for you. So please, if you can't find Schengen application form in one country, please go to unpopular countries and apply to them. Thank you very much. Let me know how it is going, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.